The next move we're going to practice is called the woodpecker. For this one, we're going to have our legs in a split stance position again, but instead of a 50-50 weight distribution like the lunge decompression, we're going to have all of our weight on our front foot. So we're going to bring our right foot forward. All of the weight is on the front foot. We're going to create length through the spine, pulling our rib cage up away from the hips. And then we're going to hinge from the hips and reach out in front of us to counterbalance those hips pulling back. There's a tug of war between the hands and the hips are winning. But all we're trying to focus on is pressing down through that front foot. We're pressing as hard as we can through the front foot, and we're waiting until we begin to feel a nice burn behind the front hip. Our goal is to feel the activation in our glute muscles. So just hang out here and breathe. Once you feel the burn behind the hip, in order to feel the burn, you may have to unlock your front knee, but don't bend it. Just unlock it. Once you feel the burn behind the hip, you're going to start to rotate from the hip. This is going to elongate or accentuate the stretch, and then you're going to come right back to center. Make sure that you're feeling a burn through the back of the hip. We're going to repeat that rotation 5 times. And it should be really burning now. Just to finish off the move, you can stop there, or you can pull your elbows in, keep that length through the torso, and you're going to bend the knee and do a one-legged good morning, pressing down through the foot to stand up. So we're pulling the hip back. Once the hip can't pull back anymore, we bend the knee, and then we press down through the foot, straighten the knee, and then pull the hip forward and squeeze the glute. So it goes hip, knee, press down through the foot, straighten the knee, pull the glute forward or pull the hip forward. We're going to repeat that 1 time on each side, and then you can move on to the next foundation training move. Okay, what we're going to do is switch sides for the woodpecker, and we're going to demonstrate this on the left. So your left foot is forward. You're going to pull that hip back, reach forward to counterbalance, press down through your front foot. Just hanging out here. You're basically standing on your front foot. You have about 5% of your weight on your back foot, and that's just for balance. Once you start to feel a nice burn behind that front hip, rotate. As you rotate, you may want to bend to the side a little bit, and that's just following the natural curve of your rib cage. What we're trying to do is build motor control of your piriformis muscle, which is usually the muscle that people lose control over when they get sciatica. So this is great if you have sciatica, or if you have tension building up in your lower back. The more you activate your glutes, the less tension you'll have in your lower back. We're going to finish this off with a good morning. Bend the knee, press down through the foot, continually pulling that hip back until it's time to stand up. So the hip's pulling back. Once it can't pull back anymore, you bend the knee, but keep pulling the hip back, and then press the foot down into the floor to stand up. Good job.